We still, all right, here we go.
Okay. So we will be live officially in 2 minutes. Give me a moment to share.
Oh my God, I can't get y'all. I just can't.
Okay, there you go. Because I had already tagged you.
Okay.
Fit you.
What's the time? Yeah, what, 2 minutes?
Facebook, you piece of shit.
Listen.
We are live, lady.
This is a
Okay, and that's just a small dose of what you're going to
child-friendly.
get. This ain't a child-friendly show.
Yes, it is.
No, it ain't.
Look. Okay. So we're gonna go live in 2 minutes. Well, we're already live, but we're gonna actually start a dialogue in 2 minutes.
Oh my God, what you been drinking? You been drinking?
Okay, why didn't you bring any for us?
Listen, I did. What's the name of that you gave me?
Dos Equis. 1.
Look, I can't even. Okay.
I need you to focus, lady.
Focus on me. Yes. Okay, so we got me. I went ahead and shared it because it won't let me. How do you tag me?
That's what
No, I just put one live on your page.
you just have to do it later, I guess.
Okay. We're on countdown mode right now.
1 minute.
1 minute. Beat the heat. No.
You should be able to share it to that page, or go post it on that page right now. Share it to that page.
No, because every time I try to do a link, it won't do.
Administrator.
No, it won't
You should
do.
make a post.
Da, 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 da. Okay, as soon as 6, I'll just start talking. Watch, it's not gonna stop. Watch. See?
Okay. Don't worry about what you posted.
All right. So welcome. This is the panel of DW 2.0, the rise of a broken woman, and we wanted to just come to you and introduce ourselves, introduce the movement for the broken woman. So we did create this page because we wanted to. What I've noticed is that with women, a lot of times we are judgmental of one another. We are criticizing one another instead of trying to build each other up. And so I feel like we needed a platform that really celebrates women, their accomplishments, but also dialogue about the things, our plight as far as domestic violence and sexual assault and things like that.
Raising children,
being grandmas and things like that. Well, we're grandmas.
Oh, Lord. We're trying to get her there. We're trying to get her there.
No, we're not. So I'm Lawanda.
I'm Victoria Johnson.
I'm Alisa.
Look, she want to get a whole government name and things like
Oh
that.
my God.
Like she's not wanted. I promise. Listen, so with this panel of women, we are all friends. Have been friends for years. We're all 3 are veterans. Mm-hmm. Victoria and I are both grandmamas, and Alyssa's not, but she'll get there. She's not in the club just yet. So there will be a lot of laughing. There will be probably some crying. Just different. You may go through a whole little personality bipolar type of situation with this one.
Why you gotta put me on blast like that?
But yes, the whole reason this page was created was just to pay homage to women and talk about things, dialogue things where women don't feel like they are alone in certain situations. So, I mean, what does the having this page mean to you guys? Like,
I'll let the white girl go first.
Now known as the white girl. I'm the token white girl of the bunch. Okay, so, well, what it means to me is the rise of the broken woman is you're pulling yourself up out of the ash like a phoenix rising and becoming better than what you were put through. Let's say that. And you're not a victim, you're a survivor.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Rewind. No.
That's what.
Oh, I don't get nothing.
Oh, I don't get none. It goes like this. Do it right.
Okay.
What about you? So the rise of the broken woman to me is pretty much just empowering women as a whole, because I mean every day we go through our walks of life and women just always tearing each other down. I'm so sick of that.
Yeah.
So I think with this panel, what we can bring is, bridging the gap between women and what we should be doing versus what's actually happening right now and stuff. So hopefully,
that's a great point.
Bring that.
Well, Vic and I, we have a weird relationship. We love each other to death, but most of the time, we can't stand each other at the same time. But you want to be able to have. Be able to have girlfriends that you can share things with. I mean, you can be mad at one another or disagree, but still come together without bashing the other. I think Facebook is real big for people going on there and telling people's business, trying to embarrass somebody.
Right.
But there are certain situations that do arise where, I don't know, is it the norm to go on Facebook
I was
and bash?
thinking about you guys' relationship today on the way over here.
God.
And the more I thought about it, the more it was like, your relationship are like sisters. You have that
or husband and wife
sister bond because you guys are like
down like that.
They will fight, but then they will do each other's hair. So,
dude,
it's like, stop borrowing my clothes. I didn't borrow you weren't there. I couldn't ask you. Do you want to go to the movies? Yeah, what time? I mean, that's what it's like with them.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's tumultuous, but it's beautiful at the same time. Because these are literally the only females that I hang around. I don't have friends.
I have a name. Okay.
No, we have plenty of friends, but this is our circle. This is our trust circle, pretty much.
Yes, and so we wanted to.
3 is dynamic.
Yeah, man.
It's dynamic.
So we wanted to extend that to you guys, to the women of the world. This is a movement. The page has over 500 followers on there, so definitely check it out. We want to empower women.
Can you tell me what the page title is again?
Oh, again, the page title is DW, which is That's What's Up 2.0, The Rise of a Broken Woman. And that could be anything. And just a little backstory, just so you, maybe some of you can identify with it or not. I grew up in foster care, very early on. I was abused in foster care sexually, physically, emotionally, psychologically, all of that. And it really, shaped, I guess, the woman I am, or molded me to be a certain way. And so I find that with so much abuse, that I've become very defensive in my social interactions with other people. Like, I don't have a trusting mentality at all. And I think my mind, the way that it works, when my mind perceives something as being a threat, like my memory my mind will just shut off. If that makes sense. It's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, she definitely starts to shut down and close off people.
It's easier that way, because I think that's why I prefer to have my circle small, because I really don't have the patience for a lot of drama.
Or to explain yourself to multiple
You don't have time and patience for me.
I don't have...
I done put her through some things.
But it's fine. It's fine because, that's what makes it such a good dynamic between us three, is because we know about each other's bitchiness and, stubbornness. But we're still going to be there. Like, whatever they're going through, if something happens, they're still going to be there for each other.
I know when she's in the mood. I know when sometimes when she's in the mood, I can't tell. She has to tell me, it's like, hey, Lawanda's in one of her moods or whatever. It's like, oh, okay, all right, I'll back off.
I shut down like nobody's business. Like, I'm not trying to converse with you at all. Like, dude, I'm so dismissive, and I'm trying to get better at that. But anyway, enough about me. You will hear enough about me on the future shows. But who's next?
Well, I guess I could tell you a little bit about me. I deal with things totally different than these two. That's probably why I'm in the middle. And stuff like, time at ease. And everything. But no, I deal with things a lot differently and stuff. We've shared a lot of our life stories and stuff. And my perspective on things is totally different. I'm kind of like the calmest out of the group, I guess I can say.
Dude, she likes to sugarcoat stuff. Like, she won't just tell what it is. She want to try to
Well, I do it in layman's terms so that they can understand. Because I don't want, no misunderstanding, even though sometimes I still get the misunderstanding. But I'm pretty much the one that put things in layman's terms as like the simplest as I can get it. But, in our relationship together, you know, shit, some of the stuff I've been through, I guess y'all could say, you know, it's like, how do you deal with it? Or how did you deal with it like that? Or
I always
you deal
ask
with
her
it so
because
calmly?
she definitely deals with it a lot differently than I would. I feel like because I didn't really have a voice growing up, that now, it took me to go to the military. I was 28 when I went. So now I'm going to let you know what's up, honey, because you will not disrespect me. So that's where I'm at. So Vic is not like that. Vic is not like that.
Totally not like that. But I mean, the way they look at how I deal with things is just, you know. But yeah, my background, to give y'all a little bit about my background. I grew up in a small town called Moultrie, Georgia. Some of y'all may know where that is, but we just got on the map a couple years ago. So where I grew up with my mom and dad. I had a mom and dad and stuff. Not everybody can say that, but you know, still that's important. And I think we'll have some topics where we discuss stuff like that. Had my mom and dad. I came from a pretty big family. I have 5 siblings. I'm the oldest girl. I've dealt with some things in my life, and like I said, I've explained to them some of the things that I've dealt with, and it probably would have been like, how did you do that? But we're not going to delve in that. We're going to say that for the rest of the show. But I have experienced I was molested when I was younger too by a family member or whatever. Like, so we're not going to delve into that. But how I dealt with that was very important as how I am today and stuff. I don't, you know, play around when it comes to things like that, especially when it involves young kids. And I can just delve into it, and then it's going to spark a conversation. But I don't want to, you know, feed over into, you know, her, whatever. But I'll just say this: everybody has a backstory.
Yeah.
Lawanda, that's the word. Yeah. You see, everybody has a backstory. So I'll save my backstory for some of the show later down the line, but I'll pass it over to my battle over here. Let her tell a little bit about herself.
Hi, I'm Alisa. I was raised by my grandparents because I came from a very broken home. I have one sister, and then I have some half sisters and half brothers. We're not very close due to how we all grew up separately. Went through a lot of stuff when I was younger as well, like these two ladies did. Didn't really deal with it until I was, a couple of years back. Then I started to deal with it. And yeah, it did affect relationships and the way I thought. My whole healing process was different. But like she said, those are stories for another day that we'll jump into. I'm glad I have these ladies on my side. They keep me grounded, especially this one probably keeps me out of jail more than anything.
All right.
I'm the mouthy one, and
worse than I am.
Oh, she always calls me the little chihuahua.
Yeah.
But the stories that we're going to share with you guys will hopefully have you starting your own open dialogue with your girlfriends too, and the stories that we'll share about how our healing process was and how it's helped us hopefully will open doors for you guys too, and we look forward to you commenting and putting an input and getting a hold of us, you know, and sharing your stories in your life.
Yes, and I think it's very important that instead of women bashing one another, you find platforms, whether it's counseling, because you know some people feel like counseling wouldn't help, but whatever you have to do for self-care is very important, because, you know, having healthy relationships with women, and I think my biggest reason for pushing the rise of a broken woman is because of the injustices that women are afflicted with. Like, women are the most underappreciated, undervalued, disrespected gender in the world, and I don't think people realize how much that happens. It happens at your job, it happens in your relationship, it happens just out in public, even with other women. And I think it's important that we find some type of avenue to just feel like we can have somebody to talk to about it, know that we're not going through it alone. Now, we meet a lot of people who go through sexual assault where they're not believed, and so I'm wondering, okay, what is the main reason why women aren't believed when they say, okay, I've been sexually assaulted, this person has raped me? What is the main
I think a lot of people try to tend to dig through her character, dig through her Facebook, and they're finding pictures of her twerking. They're finding pictures of her, with a short dress on. They're finding pictures of her with, posting little things about this, that, and the third about sex. But does that really constitute it's okay for you to put your hands on me? It doesn't.
Yes.
And, that never makes it okay, and that should make you to where they're not going to believe that this happened to you. And I think that's such a big injustice in our society today, is that women are still having to go through that second-class citizen aspect. And, whatever you say, well, they want to validate it through the man first. And I think that's total bullshit.
And so, again, for those of you who are tuning in or will be tuning in, we are the women, the panel, the crew of DW 2.0, The Rise of a Broken Woman. We do have a Facebook page, and we have an Instagram.
Yay.
As well as we will be putting our videos on YouTube, so that at any time you feel that inspired to go back and watch our videos and see what we have talked about for that week. Our show will be on Saturdays, and I think we're kind of messing with the time. It's usually from 4 to 6. It will be a 2-hour segment, but today we're only gonna
2 hours.
listen.
She gonna die with this.
Now, initially we wanted to do it at the radio station, but I feel like because we will be getting into topics that are more personal
and heart-wrenching.
Yeah, I wanted women to be able to feel comfortable, so you won't necessarily see us in the same get-up as far as how,
we could be in the kitchen, we could be in the living room, we could be outside, we could be on the tailgate.
We may be at
the lake.
What's that
on vacation in Orlando? No, not Florence. Not the storm. What is that?
What is it? Burlington?
On the furniture aisle.
We are subject to be anywhere now. Like I said, you're gonna hear a lot of giggling from us. You may be sometimes where I'm a little sensitive depending on the topic that we're talking about. But
I want to say something real quick. Also, for the guys who are joining in, I see a couple of guys have commented. We appreciate a man's perspective as well. But please keep in mind that this is really about women's issues, and we won't tolerate or allow any disrespectfulness towards women or towards a man either, because we're not here to man bash, and we're not here to emasculate. Because men are very, very important, and the men who are respectful and who take the time to actually,
listen to understand.
Be a man. Listen to understand. We appreciate you deeply, and we appreciate, the chivalry. We appreciate men who are, there for us as we are for them.
I think, what is that saying? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yes.
What is that?
It's true.
It's true.
We all have a different way of thinking, and your way is going to be totally different from a female's perspective. But everybody's opinion is appreciated.
Yeah, so this is, to give clarity if there are men tuning in, because I know that, I frequently post on our page, and, to try to uplift women. I was like, women, we endure a lot. We take a licking and keep on ticking, honey. And I think a lot of times women don't even know their own strength.
Right.
And so I was advocating for that, pushing for that, and the guy, he got on there and he was like, oh, that sounds sexist. But why is a woman uplifting another woman, or women saying, yay me, I'm Superwoman? Why is that a sexist to you? But this is how women are treated on the regular.
Why not just say, you go girl?
Yeah, why
because
not?
we would be right behind it if a guy said we want to do a male empowerment thing where, we reach out to other guys and we talk about things that we don't understand, like women. Like
half the time we don't understand each other.
Just daily life, there's struggles that you guys go through. I hope to God some guy gets together with his friends and is like, hey man, let's talk about some issues that are important to us and important to society, and let's bring in, let's shine some light on some issues that males go through too that nobody is talking about, like mental illness, sexual assault, relationship problems,
raising your grandbabies,
because we got a lot of single dads who are raising their children. So you guys, it would be great to see you guys jump up with a page too.
Seriously. You kind of quiet over here.
Y'all, this is what y'all will learn about us. I'm a listener. I'm definitely not a talker, but if I have something to say, I'm going to have to do this so they'll let me talk, because this one likes to talk over me. But hey, that's just the thing we have.
I feel like you're throwing shots right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
fine. That is something I am working on.
Yeah, so I'm a listener or whatever, and if I chime in, I chime in. But.
Yeah, but again, this is for the women, a woman's perspective, no matter what the topic is. And we just want women to get on board. If you know somebody who has went through sexual assault, domestic violence, it could be substance abuse, whatever it is, and they just need somebody or somewhere or anything that they can tune into and speak to other like individuals, because we have one basic thing in common, that's all being women. So it should be where we can understand where another woman is coming from.
I was just playing. I was just playing.
Hey, because so we just, there's a situation where if say you got to go to court and you're local, and you just need a support system, we got your back.
Yeah.
We will be more than happy within our power to come and support you, just so that you know that you have somebody on your team that's rooting for you. We are definitely against injustices
of all kinds.
Of all kinds.
Everybody.
For everybody. Even if it's a man, but this page, DW 2.0, is for women.
We're going to focus on women's issues and women's struggles. And we'll all get through it eventually.
Hey, are some of our struggles. No male bashing.
Yeah, we're gonna let's address that.
But men, it is a struggle.
But let's address that, because I do feel like, I think when we had brought it up, someone was like, okay, or y'all just, if there's a woman, say she's keeping the baby away from the
we're gonna
child's
call you out
father.
on your bullshit.
Yeah, we're gonna let you know. We're not just gonna say, "Oh, kudos to you for keeping that baby away from that." No, we're not doing none of that. So if you're out of line, you're out of line.
I've ran across a lot of females in my life like that, and I cannot stand it. I hate it, because I've never ever in my life had to use child support. I wouldn't use it even if I could have against the child, the father of my children, ever. And stuff, and I despise anybody that uses it as a tool, because the most important thing, I think, is that both parents are able to get along for the sake of the child.
It's no longer about you, it's about those children and the welfare and the happiness of those children.
Yes, so once again, for those of you who are tuning in, we are the Panel of DW 2.0, The Rise of a Broken Woman. This will be a group, and if you, like I said, if you know somebody who just needs a support system, have them go and like and follow the page. We will also be doing things in the community, reaching out to other like-minded individuals who do have a platform, because we really need to come together, especially locally. We want this to stretch above and beyond Colleen, to be, like a movement for empowering women. I think that's very important, because one thing, I think women need to empower each other. Just with women, men need to empower each other. And then once we get ourselves together as separate genders, then we can come together and try to figure out why we keep bashing and clashing like we are from male to women. I don't care what race you are.
Maturity.
Yeah. Yeah, but somebody's ideals, maturity, weakness, strength, whatever, may not be somebody else.
Right.
But we want to try to understand. So we are not necessarily going to have the same opinion about things. We may not even necessarily agree. Right. But the thing is, you want to respect the fact that somebody else has an opinion. Mm-hmm. You want to be open-minded. So we are not in the business of judging and criticizing. If we have an opinion, we're going to state that, but it's going to be all in love, all in respect. This is integrity.
Integrity police right
Oh
here.
my gosh, I am big on integrity. That is one of my, and it comes from my background. Let me see. Lisa says it really affects the child, and it is so sad when women do it. When those children become adults, it has an impact on them. So she is talking about the relationship between the I hate to say baby daddy and baby mama and the children.
The parents.
Yes.
So, and child support.
Yeah, yeah. So we will delve into that, not today. Today we are simply just introducing ourselves and the reason why, DW 2.0 was created and why we have a page. Shout out to Terry for giving us the platform. But yeah, we decided to kind of do it this way because it's more intimate.
Comfortable.
It's more comfortable.
And if I wanted some Kool-Aid right now, I can just go get some.
And You know, because like I said, we have grandkids, so it's going to be times where you're going to see our grandkids on here. But the most important
Speaking
thing...
of grandkids, is my grandson woke over there?
Look, she's trying to bring...
Is he asleep?
She's trying to bring the grandkids
I would say bring them to me, but all right, next show.
So yes, if y'all have any questions, suggestions, anything, make sure that you guys send us an email. Our email is dwtherising@gmail.com. Again,
The Rising?
The Rise.
The Rise.
I
Okay.
apologize.
I'm the grammar police. Grammar.
Yeah, she is horrible.
Grammar police.
This girl is bad about. She's the grammar police, but then I'll read one of her paragraphs.
And you would think she was
all
drinking.
type
I do it on
of
purpose to see if they'll catch it.
Lies.
That's the only reason why I do it, just to see.
Move your chair, you better get struck by lightning.
But again, yes, we are. Hey, Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Did I just see Tony?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
Tony. How you
Hey.
doing?
But again, anybody who wants to just sit down and dialogue with us, reach out to us on our page. You can send us a message. Again, check out our YouTube. We will be putting videos, including this one, up as the introduction so that you can get to know us, our faces, our names, and know what we're about and what the purpose of DW 2.0 is.
Can you give them that email address again?
That email address is dwtherise@gmail.com.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure because I could be giving y'all the wrong one.
Look, I'm gonna need you to get your life together real quick.
and again, like with me, I'm always singing. Yep, dwtherise@gmail.
Good.
So send us any suggestions, any topics that you would like us to dialogue about. If you want to be a guest on our show, feel free to reach out to us. You want to
Hit the DM.
hit the DM, or what is that? That's all they say, DM?
The DM. Direct message.
Because I'm not hip like that. But whatever. Just call me. Call me, baby. But y'all have anything else y'all want to add?
You'll see us out and about in the community. Please don't be shy to come up and say hello if you're watching these and you notice that we're out and about.
As
That's
a matter
all.
of fact, there is a epic lip sync battle going down
Yes.
tonight at
I mean
Chiefs
lies.
that we will be a part of the judging.
Yay.
And you know your girl likes to sing, so I will the ladies of DW 2.0 will be in the building tonight.
Ging is watching. Look, Ging Ging.
You can start signing up at 8, but the show doesn't start until 10. So make sure y'all come and check it out. It's $5 cover to get in, and just kind of support the people that's coming out to do their thing. Hey,
It's fun.
that's what we're gonna
here.
do tonight. That's what we're gonna go support.
Come out and say hello to us and enjoy the show. Have some drinks, and let's hang out tonight.
I
Let's
think
hang out.
I need a couple of drinks. I've been on baby lockdown, y'all.
Girl, you're
Okay.
doing good. You're
Thank you. I'll be trying, but I think I'm done. Y'all have
Can we do a show where we're doing each other's hair?
We'll be talking in those settings.
I mean,
Thank you so much
Braid
for
your
tuning in.
hair.
Always remember to take care of each other, take care of yourself, and there's no harm
Y'all wanna-
in self-love and self-care.
Well, let me ask y'all before we go. I mean, we do
the
have
questions.
34 minutes, so do we
Here come
want
the
to?
questions.
Do we want to just talk about something, or we want to go ahead and?
Well, let's talk about the most recent thing that's been going on in all of our lives, because my life is y'all's
That's
life.
true. That's true. We can
Okay.
give updates.
So since we said that we were only going to do this for an hour, we 30 minutes, and I think we've said all that we want to say, but we're going to go ahead and continue. So, I mean, you're talking about the recent thing that's going
With
on in my life?
grandparenting and how,
Just
well,
let
I've
them
heard
know.
a lot of people say that we're enabling our children when we're
Oh.
taking care of their children.
Girl.
I beg to differ, because I have a son. He graduated high school. He did everything that he was supposed to do. Then he decided that he was going to go to college. Okay.
Super.
Well, in the midst of attending college, he meets a beautiful young girl. I love her to death, as like she was my own daughter. Or she looks just like me, by the way. Camera precious. Camera. Let me show y'all.
Why you
I'm
do
telling
her
you,
like that?
A man always finds a girl that looks like her mother.
Don't
and
make
tell
it
me
weird.
this is not.
She is making
Look,
it
look,
weird.
look, this is my daughter right here. Don't look alike, yeah.
Look, that's why she was boosting it up like that, 'cause she was right in the room.
So I feel like any young man that really respects his mother, he most likely is going to find a woman that reminds him of his mother, and she is very nurturing. She is the mother of his child.
My son don't want a woman like me. He'll go crazy.
That's the mother of his child, my now grandson, and I take care of my grandson for the sole purpose so that they can get their education. That's what they went to school for. That's what I want them to continue to go to school for and stuff. And not, have them worry about who's going to take care of the kids. I've done what I was supposed to do. I paved the way for my kids and everything. I went to the military. I retired. I'm 100% disabled. They got the benefits. Now it's time for them to do what they need to do. I got college. It's time for them to get theirs and stuff and pave a way for that young man and stuff. But having said that, I raised my grandson so that they can, continue on with their education and be able to provide a better life for them. But I've also read, I think it was on a post or something, that people, as parents, we enable our children by doing that.
The question is, and when we were doing our That's What's Up show, that was one of the topics. Are we helping or are we enabling our children? I think it's a thin line between.
It's a very thin line.
Because it's
a gray line.
Yeah, it's
you're gonna help them, and in helping them, people are gonna say you're enabling them. But you're gonna do what you're gonna do for your kids. You're definitely not gonna let a child go without.
You can't go by other people's situation because you're gonna do what you need to do for your specific situations, and you can't let anybody else's opinion steer you from what you're trying to do for your family. Now, I have 3 grandchildren, and I'm 40. Now, I thought back in the day, you had to be 60, 70 to be a grandma.
Times are changing.
Dude, I became a grandma at 39.
Nah, man, our parents were being grandparents at this age. It's just that we're still living our best life, and it just so happens. Shoot, my mom. I gotta ask that.
I don't know where we should.
The reason why I helped my daughter, because when I had my children, I started having kids 19, 20, 21. I swear they wouldn't stop. I had to get the tubes tied like that. I was literally crying like, please tie my tubes because I'm gonna be pregnant again. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I wasn't out there in the streets like that, but I knew that I was a fertile myrtle.
Hey, Janice.
So I didn't have a lot of support with my kids. I didn't have anybody. Let me take them off your hands so you can study. I was working 2 jobs. I was going to school, and not all the time I could be at home with my children. I had to provide for them. So sometimes you have to
do what you have to do.
Things that wouldn't be perceived as politically correct. But like I always say, what's politically correct is not necessarily correct for your situation.
That's right.
It depends on who you're asking, for one. And so I helped my daughter because I didn't want her to struggle like I struggled. Sometimes we ended up homeless, sometimes we didn't have food sometimes. And so I told myself I would never allow my daughter to go through that.
That heartbreak and that struggle and that constant fear of not knowing what you're going to do.
So she doesn't.
Crying every night, that's no way to be in front of your children.
It really isn't. I don't think people will understand. And some people feel
unless
like
they come from that situation.
The struggle.
Yeah.
And like I said, not everyone's situation is going to be the same. Maybe you were the epitome of parent, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah.
Where you feel like your child was successful because they went to college. My children went to college.
Yeah.
Still, with the 2 kids.
And I know I say this a lot, but it almost applies to every situation. Like, everybody's only 5 seconds away from needing help. You can have everything, and I'm testament to this. You can have everything, and then bye, it's gone. And one day you have nothing, and nobody is there for you, and you're on your own. You literally have to get up every day and say, well, this is obviously rock bottom, so now it's just up to me to claw my way back up to the top and get back to where I was. So that's what we're kind of also here for too.
Yeah, it's your reaction to certain stimuli.
Yeah.
Like you said, you felt like you hit rock bottom, but it's how you react to what you perceive as being rock bottom. For me, the way my mind is, man, to me that would be something that's tumultuous, something that's.
And I felt that. I really did.
I'll shut off.
All I could think of was better get those nails, dig them in the dirt, and start climbing. Because you got a long way to go to get back to where you were. And I just did it every day.
So and I saw a video one time with this young lady. I believe she had maybe 2 or 3 kids, and she made a Facebook video, and she was crying. She was basically wanted to give up, wanted to give her kids up, and it was just in that moment. You know how we have our impulse.
And you're allowed to have those moments.
Bad day in that moment.
You are allowed to have those feelings as long as you don't unpack and live there. You can break down 700 times a day. As long as that breakdown is done, you're getting up and you're wiping your face and you're going.
And that's usually what it takes. But what happened is that she wanted to give up the kids just in that moment. Mm-hmm. People were bashing her. You're a horrible parent. You're this. You're that.
Because she wants better for her kids.
No, it wasn't necessarily that she wanted to give up the kids. She was just overwhelmed. She wasn't getting the help.
But still, that would have been the right choice for her if that's what she would have made. Because then she's seeing. Right now, I'm not at a place where I can securely take care of my children. That's a very hard thing to come to terms with. And it's a very hard decision to make when you're a mother, to let somebody else take your children. You don't know what's going to happen after that. I mean, it takes a lot as a mother to say, raise my child for me while I'm trying to figure out my life and get back together.
I couldn't do it. I mean, no matter how, I couldn't do it. I could not give my children up. Now, granted, let's be honest. And this is what you're going to notice about us. We're going to speak candidly, and people may not agree with what we say or how we handled
and that's fine.
Whatever. But everyone has a decision to make. I'm not going to judge you for your decisions because you feel like you need to do what you need to do at that time. And that's why I keep saying it was an impulsive video that
reaction
she made
from her. Yeah, right.
Yes, she was overwhelmed. I remember being overwhelmed.
And she probably just needed to say it out loud.
But you know what ended up happening? The baby daddy saw the video. Mm-hmm. It was like an hour or so long. The baby daddy saw the video. He came and got the kids from her so that she can just
good for him.
Breathe.
Good.
But why did it take her to make a video?
I think
for him
some guys
communication,
and I think some guys. Some daddies let their friends justify their actions, right? Mm-hmm. So they're like, they try to play hard and they try to play like, I don't care. But he cared about her. He cared. It might have taken, it's sad that it took that for him to come around, but he came around. Mm-hmm. And their relationship is probably a lot different now.
I had mad respect for him because a lot of people would be like, well,
at least he's there. At least he showed up. It doesn't. It does matter when he shows up, but he showed up and he tried, and he's showing her, hey, look, you're a woman who's had my children, you've gone through a lot, and I'm just now really letting it sink in how hurt and how hard your struggle is, and I'm going to help you.
Communication is such a big part of everyday life, not just relationships, your employer, with your children, with your friends, but I think it's important that there are levels to communication. Mm-hmm. Like if I don't feel like talking to you right now,
give me a minute.
Mm-hmm. Give me a minute. Don't force me to talk because you might not like what I have to say.
Right. So and I'm the worst about that. If you come at me and I'm in not a great mood, I'm gonna go off, and I try so hard not to because I don't want to hurt people that I like and that I love. But God, I have a mouth on me, and I'll spit venom so bad, and I don't want to do that. No. But there's times where people push me. If I tell you back off and leave me alone, back off and leave me alone. Give me time to deal with me.
She'll say something she will probably regret later.
Yeah, so give me time to deal with me and what I'm going through. Then I'll come at you.
And I'm the listener. Like I said in the beginning, I'm the listener.
And I just this particular topic about being a grandma, I don't want to delve into it too much. I do want to kind of stay on the whole reason why this page was created. Mm-hmm. And one of the words that it seems like is an issue when you're trying to build or create women movements or women empowerment type of platforms is when women use the word independent. So I do feel like we need to speak on that. Oh, what? Yeah.
I guess we're doing this.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't say it with the shit, y'all.
But she does it every day.
I got the mic.
So when we're talking about independent, when a woman uses the word independent or self-sufficient, it's because her backstory. I'm always going to reference backstory. Because like I said, I had kids early, but the thing is, prior to me having kids, I went to multiple foster homes where I was beat, I was molested, and so when I got out of the system, I got into unhealthy relationships where I kind of went through the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. I think once that has happened to you, I don't know if you give off like a beacon that
I don't
like
know.
you seem to attract.
It seemed like you get the predators very easily, and they come off so slick and so so nice, and you're thinking, okay, let me take a couple bricks down, let me let this person in, and then there's snakes in the grass too. Mm-hmm. And so you build that wall back up again, and you get that whole situation of, I'm not dealing with anybody, I don't need to, because I pay my bills, I feed my children, I work every day.
I do whatever I need to do to survive.
That's right.
And that's basically what it is. That's basically what it is.
Survivability.
Saying that you're independent is not necessarily I'm just going to stick it to you to prove something to you. Is that we've already proven that we can be independent and self-sufficient to ourselves because of the things that we have overcome.
Right.
It is not a jab at anybody.
And it has nothing to do with anybody except for yourself, knowing that regardless of how you were just laying on the floor crying your eyes out over somebody or a situation, relationship, or situationship.
I love that word.
You know, you got up that next day and you wiped your face, you got dressed, you went to work, you made your money, you came home, you paid your bills, you made your dinner, you dealt with your children and their issues, and you went to sleep just to survive another day.
Yeah, and like I always like to point out again, I think I've made a video about this before about, saying that you're independent is not necessarily a bad thing. And you have to look at the intent behind the reason why someone would say that. Like, do you want to take time to get to know this person? Okay, since you're saying you're independent, why is it? What is your backstory? But people don't want to take the time to talk to you and get to know you. They want to just judge you. Oh, well, I don't like her hair today, so she can't be as independent as she says. She wasn't independent enough to go to the salon. I mean, just being real petty with it. And it's unnecessary. And so I think,
I'm going to chime in here real quick. When I say I'm independent, that's letting a man know that, hey, look, I don't need your money. I don't need you to do anything for me, but be there because I want you there.
I want you to. There's a difference.
And that's it. We can do whatever else, but never think that you have to pay my bills
or pay my way.
I pay for all this. I pay for all this by myself, so I don't need a man to do that. Right. I just want somebody to, be there and have a good time.
If we're talking about men, then for independency, it's I don't need you to help me with my bills or fund this or fund that. What I need from you is your time, attention, and your effort. Match my effort, match my time, and we're golden.
Ambition, it's very important. And like I said, it's not, I think people put too much power or give too much energy to words, to labels, to titles.
Right.
And so, like I said, you have to look at the intent of the person before judging.
Please let me know your intentions before you drag me through the mud.
I'm saying intent as far as if I'm saying I'm independent or this woman is saying she's independent. We realize that men, they pay their own bills, some of them, whatever. This is not about men. We can only speak from a woman's perspective. With our different experiences, so we're not trying to bash her.
Do we want to talk about the one time out fixing the car or whatever?
Listen, and so there's
these stories.
Wait. There's multiple reasons why this was created, and one of them is because there's this stigma, this stereotype, this narrative that women are weak, or we can't do things that men can do, and so these ladies, and I am so happy that these ladies are like they are. They're very self-sufficient. They can fix a car. They can fix things in the house. They don't really need a man. They would like to have one. And so if you know anybody, single. So a lot of times when we would go places, I remember when we went to Dallas, and Victoria, I raised her window down.
You raised it down, or
look,
you raised it up?
I attempted to
let it down.
Manually raise or let down one of them, and the joker just fell. So we had to
stand up my shit.
I did not break it. I didn't break it. It was ragging. Anyway, no. So
she's gonna ride in it again.
So we had to go to AutoZone or something to get the parts to fix it. So this guy came over and was like, "Do y'all know what y'all are doing?" These hookers went off.
She went off first.
Let me tell you, first of all, I don't mind when I'm fixing something on my car, somebody else's car that's broke down on the side of the road. I don't mind if a man comes up and says, "Can I help y'all with anything? Do you need any help?" That's great. No, thank you. I'm good. Or yeah, whatever. I don't like when a man goes, "Do you know what you're doing? When's your husband gonna get here?" First of all,
but what makes
you're
you
not
so
gonna
angry
do
about it? Because if you
because
already,
he already feels like I can't do it.
But listen, if you already know that the stereotype is that women don't do things like that.
Well, then I'm about to break them for you in your poor little face.
We're both Army
probably
mechanics, so.
about to hurt your feelings too.
But why we can't look at it as a learning experience? Okay, sir, I understand what the narrative is usually.
I get that. I get that.
There's a way there.
But it's always no. It's always the smirk on their face. Like that's their opening line to also say, "Oh, you don't have a man? Leave me alone. I'm trying to fix something here. Get out of my workspace."
But
take your stupid smirk and go into the automotive store that you were trying to walk into so you can fix your own crap. Leave me alone so I can get on the road with my girls and go do what we're doing.
But my thing is, why do we? Is there a way where we can
tell them? Yeah.
Yeah, instead of cussing them out.
Like, I got this. But that's the thing, because I said no, and he's like, "Well, was your husband on the way?" I told you no.
But
so now you about to bring it on
we'll
real
get
quick.
an attitude real fast instead of trying to educate them. Is what I'm saying. Like we
educate.
pop off.
But you know what? If I see a guy on the side of the road, I don't automatically assume he don't know what he's doing.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
Even if he doesn't know what he's doing, I never walk up to somebody and go, "You know what you're doing?" I always go, "Sir, do you need any help?"
I mean, but the narrative has always been like that from eons ago.
We got to change
women,
this.
Yeah, and that's what we're aiming to do. We want to change that whole narrative that women can't. And I have to stop it right there with an exclamation point. That women can't, because we can. This is 2018, and it's not just about it being the year. Women are more innovative. We've had to be, and we're going to get into the topics regarding women having to take on certain roles, even in the household, even at the workplace, and how women get passed up for job promotions because we're women and we're perceived as being weak. And it's not that. I would think that. I don't think it's like unheard of for a woman to be equally strong or even stronger. So why can't we work together?
I don't think that will ever be a thing where men and women are going to be equal. It's just.
And you know what? I don't want to be.
Let me just put it this way.
I don't want to be equal to a man because I know my uniqueness as a woman, and I revel in that uniqueness as a female. All I'm asking is don't treat me like I'm your second-class citizen or I'm under your thumb.
It's about how you're treating people,
I'm not going to treat you that way. Don't treat me that way.
But women independence, though, I feel like every woman should be able to fix something around the house, because I always say this, men don't want other men in their house. So if your wife already knows how to, do the plumbing or fix a ceiling fan or whatever, you don't have to worry about another man even stepping foot in your
But however, if you do, some men think that you're taking something away from them.
You're emasculating.
Because a lot of men like to be fixers. And they like that their woman needs them.
But then they wait and they take forever.
I tell you to do something now, I need you.
That's why I'm single now, because the man I was with, he didn't like the fact that I was able to, do a lot of, not a lot of things that he knew how, but I watched some of the things that he did and I caught on. So yeah, I could fix a garbage disposal. Yeah, I can do a little electrician work around here, whatever, because I paid attention when he was doing what he does best and everything. So I just take that under my belt as well. So now I'm no longer with that man, I learned a lot from him. So
tell us for the guys who are tuning in or who will go back and watch the video, what is it about a woman being able to fix things around the house or fix cars that makes you feel some type of way? Do you feel emasculated? How do you feel? Is that a threat? Is it intimidating? And why is it intimidating for a woman to be as self-sufficient? I figure as long as a woman is not trying to one up you, for lack of a better analogy, then it shouldn't be a problem for a woman to be. Again, let me take the power out of someone being your equal. It's not necessarily someone being your equal. They're ask you, why can't we do this together? Right. If we keep on, because it seems like women and men are competing a lot.
A lot.
Why?
Because
we're helpmates. We're trying to help each other. So why is there a competition?
I think because men don't understand why it's so important for us to know, for them to know that, you know, we're of equal. I can't even think of the word.
I'm like
we want equal treatment, and I think some men just can't wrap their heads around that.
So why should I walk behind you when I can walk side by side with you?
That's right.
Yeah, because I don't believe.
We're together in this.
I don't. If we're going, I hate to even bring up the Bible, but I don't believe that the rib was taken from the foot. Because I don't think there's any ribs in the feet. It was taken from the side. So to me, this person needs to be at your side, be your equal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is to me. So again, when a woman is trying to be self-sufficient, she's trying to be independent, she wants to know how to do things herself. Remember back in the day when the husbands went off to war and that woman had to stay there and take care of the household.
The farm.
She had to do what she had to do for her situation. Did that man feel some type of way? Mm-hmm. He had to be drafted. He had to leave.
And
so
he knew that mama was going to take
care of business. Why can't it be looked at as that versus, oh, well, she's trying to just put me down or trying to do it. That's not what it is.
She don't need me.
Like, get that, and I think that's what it is. Yeah. Is it an ego thing?
Well, that's what I
don't think it's.
I didn't either.
I don't think it's ego. I think that they just like to know that their woman needs them.
I think everyone, even a woman, wants to feel like she's needed. But it's not just men. It's not just men that want to feel needed. Women want to feel needed and wanted and beautiful. Right.
And we'll get into all those in our relationship topics too.
Yeah. So let me see what time.
All guys, please tune in for that. It'll help you out greatly.
Yes. For those of you who are tuning in, we are the panel, the crew, the family, the sis, the battle buddies of DW 2.0, the Rise of a Broken Woman. And we did create this movement, this 2.0. This platform dedicated to women is for women by veteran women. All three of us are veterans. And we're women. I don't know about this one because she said, no, I'm just playing.
Y'all don't want me to.
No, but again, if
y'all ain't truck drivers.
Don't do them like that. No, listen.
Don't start your shit.
Hey. So again, we probably won't be in the same setting every time. We want it to be comfortable for anyone that's tuning in and dialoguing with us. If you know anybody or even yourself that's going through something and you kind of want somebody you can just bounce ideas or anything off of, if you need a support system, we are here for you. We will be going live every Saturday from, what did I say, 4 to 6.
That's what you said.
And that time may change. I'm just saying. It may change depending on our schedules because we do have grandchildren
and lives.
And yeah, so any shut up. If we can be there for you, we can be a sounding board. Then we are here. Again, we are on Facebook under DW 2.0, The Rise of a Broken Woman, on YouTube and Instagram. So go like, follow, subscribe, all of that. And share with your friends. Like, share this video. And we will see you guys again on next Saturday.
What? All right, let's go eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah, we're going to eat. Now, since we will be some of the 3 of the judges for the lip sync battle tonight at Chiefs. It starts at 10. If you want to get there, come sign up at 8. So that we're probably going to go live. I'm going to go live. So for some of the time so that y'all can see what's going on.
Yes.
But tune in, share, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Peace.
Peace. Deuces.